Morning, boys. We will today we will see the second chapter, algebra. You know the basic concept of algebra. Algebra is main tools to evaluate so many mathematics techniques. It is a basic. Algebra is the basic one to find the solutions in so many areas. So now we are going to study in this chapter algebra. First exercise is partial fractions. What is the mean by partial fractions? And algebraic expressions, if it is in the rational form, rational expression. When algebraic expression in the form of rational expression, what is the meaning for rational? A numerator and denominator. A term which consisting the numerator and denominator is called rational. If it is in a variable, is called rational expressions. For example, this is one rational expressions. So this you can write this is called rational expressions. You have to solve these rational expressions in terms of by splitting the numerator with the help of the factors of in the denominator. So if it is possible to factorize, you can factorize. If it is not possible to factorize, we have another one simple technique to solve the problem. Resolve into partial fractions. So normally you just remember the lower class problems, 100 by 3. So you know how to write in mixed format. That is improper into improper fractions, proper fractions, improper fractions convert into rational fractions, that is mixed fractions. Now you can write this in terms of mixed fractions. This you know how to write in mixed fractions. So when you go for mixed fraction, for example, if I am writing like this, you can easily split this. That mixed fractions can be also expressed like 3 plus 1 by 3. So based on this concept, now we are going to evaluate some problems in algebraic. We are applying this technique in algebraic expressions. That algebraic expression in the form of rational format. So you know mixed fractions can be written like this. So nothing wrong. You have to 3 3s are how much? 9. 9 plus 1, 10. 10 by 3. In the same way, if you take denominator as 1, then apply cross multiplication. 3 3s are 9. 9 plus 1 by 3, which will give you how much? 10 by 3. See, both are same. So therefore, we are able to rewrite the mixed fraction into that expression in terms of plus or minus. See, I expressed this mixed fraction in terms of plus. See, I separate the improper mixed fraction into two terms, 3 plus 1 by 3. There won't be any difference. That is allowed in mathematics. I am going to apply this concept, this very basic concept for solving that partial, that is solving that rational expressions which is given in the exercise number 2.1, that is called partial fractions. Partial fractions. Now you can see the sum number 1. I am just giving the explanations. Just this technique only I am applying now. There is no new technique. Clear? So question number 1, it is given 3x plus 7 by x square minus 3x plus 2. It is there. See the degree of the numerator and denominator. The numerator degree is less than the denominator. Therefore, you can go for that splitting that algebraic expression into partial one. How to split? You have to see the denominator, whether the denominator is able to factorize or not able to factorize. If it is not able to factorize, we have one technique. That we have problems, some problems are there. The upcoming problems, we have to see non-factorizable expressed in the denominator. Clear? There are two types. One is factorizable one, another one is non-factorizable one, and one more is there repeated factor. One factor is going to be repeated 2 times. For example, x minus 2 will be repeated 3 times or 2 times. So any factor can be repeated more than 1 times, 2 times, 3 times and 4 times. But we have problems up to 3 times. When the factor repeated 1 time or 2 times or 3 times, when the denominator is able to factorized, when sometimes you see x square plus 5, can you factorize this one? It is not possible. If it is x square minus 5, there is possibility of factorizing the given expression. How? X square, I can write 5 as squares of square root of 5. I can express square root of 5 the whole square. Now this is in the form of a square minus b square. So I am able to factorize. But this is not possible because either we cannot factorize. There is no identity for this format. So this is called non-factorizable, for which we have another one technique. So factorizable and non-factorizable, factors are repeated more than 1 times, like 2 times and 3 times. We have different problems. It will be very easy. Don't think that so difficult. Very, very simple. Only thing you have to work it out every day, at least half an hour. So now you try to factorize the denominator. 3x plus 7y. When you factorize, you know how to factorize. Take the last term of the expression plus 2. When you multiply these two, you are supposed to get the last number. When you add, you will get the middle one. In such a way, you have to find factors for 2. So 2, 1 is 2. The question is whether it will be plus or minus. If I am writing plus 2 and minus 1, I am supposed to get plus into minus, minus. So what is there? Plus. Plus into minus, minus would come. But what is there in the question? Plus. So my sign putting that for the two factors are wrong. If I am writing here as minus, minus, so minus into minus plus, sign correct. So okay. According to the sign, it is satisfied. Then 2, 1 is 2. So your product is correct. Now you have to check when you add these two, you are supposed to get how much? Minus 3. Is there or not in the middle one? So addition of these two factors should be in the middle term and product should be in the last one. This is nothing but what you studied in 10th standard, alpha plus beta and alpha beta. This is sum. Just to remember, you are applying this formula like alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta, isn't it? So sum, minus 3 is sum. Product, these two, this product. I am just applying what you studied in 10th standard. No new concept. This is the basic concept. I am applying this concept. I am given like this. You know how to factorize. You consider this is alpha and beta. Then you can check. So when you see what will be the answer, x minus alpha, then you are writing x minus beta plus whatever it is. So alpha is minus 2, beta is minus 1. So you will get factors. So no new concept. Already you studied in 10th standard. Just to bring those knowledge in your mind, to your mind now to proceed this exercise. So minus 3. So what is the factor now? X minus 2, x minus 1. So it is factorizable one. So therefore, you can proceed the steps. Follow the steps properly. There are another method is also there to solve this one. But my suggestion is to follow only same method. Don't go for one problem, one method, another one go for another one method. that leads confused you. So please follow only one method. There are another one method is there to find the answers for this problem. So I am separate that factors like a by first factor plus b by second factor. Sir, why don't you write x minus 1 into x minus 2? You can write, no problem, nothing wrong. Some of you may have doubt, why don't you write x first factor first, second factor first and first factor second? You can write, in this case, you will come a by first factor and b by second factor. You never get different answers. Clear? So when you interchange the factor, the concept is very simple. Rule or condition is a by whatever you wrote here as first factor, that should be there. A by first factor plus b by second factor. If you interchange these two factors position, then a by first factor plus b by second factor. You will get same answer. Final answer will be same. There won't be any difference. Don't confuse. Clear? Your wish to write the factors. You can interchange the places of these two factors, but keep it in your mind, a by first factor plus b by second factor. If you write first factor as x minus 1, then a by x minus 1 plus b by x minus 2. Clear? Now, a. Just to compare the first denominator of the right hand side with the denominator of the left hand side. What is the common factor of these two? X minus 2 is the common factor. So you just remove the common factor. What is the remaining one in the left side? X minus 1. Compare the denominator of the left side and the right first term of the right hand side. So what is the denominator of the right hand side? X minus 2. Compare x minus 2, x minus 2. When you compare these two, x minus 2, x minus 2 is common. Just to leave the common factor, then what will be the remainder in the left side? X minus 1. Some of the teachers may thought you to do cross multiplications. Fine. A into x minus 1, b into x minus 2. If it is only two terms, it's okay, cross multiplication. But normal procedure is, you have to compare the denominators of both sides term wise. First term denominator x minus 2, x minus 2. So remaining x minus 1. You can just go for the cross multiplication also. Nothing wrong. But these will be eliminated finally. Clear? So actual procedure is just you compare the denominator of the left hand side and the right hand side with the term. Clear? So compare these two denominator, x minus 2 is common. What is the remainder? X minus 1 plus b. Compare now the second denominator of the second term with denominator on the left hand side. What is the common factor? X minus 1, x minus 1. Clear? Compare the second denominator of the second term with the left hand side denominator. What is the common factor? X minus 1. So leave the common factor x minus 1. What is the remainder? X minus 2. Clear? So how to get this answer? Because this is a new concept for you, I will repeat one more time, then you can proceed. Compare the denominator of the first term of the right side and the left side. X minus 2 is common. Leave these two. What is the remainder? X minus 1. Then you compare the second denominator of the second term with the denominator in the left side. X minus 1 is common, so remainder is x minus 2. Clear? So I brought this, I simplified like this. Don't write x minus 2, x minus 1 over here. So for example, if you apply the cross multiplication on the right side, you will get x minus 2, x minus 1. So both the denominator get cancelled. So I am skip one steps. So when you compare, you don't write anything on the left side. Are you clear? If you apply the cross multiplication, you will get same answer. Finally, both the denominator will get cancelled, you will get this same concept, same steps. Now, your aim is to find out any one of these two constant value. So, if you like to find out the value of A, then B should be replaced by this term will become 0. When I make this term as 0, I will get what is the value of A. If I make the first term of the right hand side as 0, then I can easily find out what is the value of B. Are you clear? Not clear? I have to find out the value of A and B. If I found the values of A and B, then it's over, problem is over. You will get the correct answer, that's all. Now, your aim is to get what is the value for A and B. How do you find out? Two method is there. You take A inside the bracket and B inside the bracket. I will tell you both method and you yourself choose which one is easier for you. But this method you are going to apply it for some cases in the same exercise. Removing the bracket on the right side and compare the coefficient of x and constant, will get answer. Now I am going to do that process, then I will teach another one method and finally you choose which is better for you. Clear? Now I just remove the brackets by taking A inside the bracket and B inside the bracket. Now I am compare the coefficient of x. Compare the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient on the left side of x in the left side? 3. Coefficient of x on the right hand side? A, B. A plus B. Just you have to compare the coefficient of x. What are the terms consisting x in the left side as well as on the right hand side? Just you have to write only the coefficient. Don't write 3x is equal to ax plus bx. That is meaningless. That's what I mentioned very clearly. Coefficient of x. So you have to write only the coefficient of the variable x. In the left side we have only 3. In the right side ax is there. So coefficient of x in the right side is a. Similarly b. Equation number 1. And one more. So only x, then what is the left over? Constant. Compare the constants. So when you compare constant on both sides, 7 is constant. Here minus a because there is no x. If there is x, that is not called constant, that variable term. So here there is no x, therefore minus a minus 2b. So rewrite a minus 2b is equal to 7 and we have one more equation. Already we have equation number 1, that is a plus b is equal to 3. Then you know how to simplify. Apply the elimination method, what you studied in 10th standard, you will get answer. These two eliminated, minus 2b minus 1b, you will get minus 3b. 7 minus 3 is how much? 4. Then b is equal to minus 4 by 3. B is equal to how much? Minus 4 by 3. Check. Don't simply rewrite over there because I made one mistake. Don't copy as it is. Right now I am telling you, I made one mistake. You find out and rectify it. Clear? I made mistakes. I don't know how many of you are able to find out the mistakes. I will teach. I will just bring out into knowledge where is the mistakes. You see the equation number 2. Here minus a, but here I replaced which one? Plus a. So you will get wrong answers. So don't simply by copying by seeing the YouTube classes. This you have to done yourself. Clear? Don't make mistake like this. Now we will proceed. You will get now the different answers. So minus a minus 2b is equal to 7 and a plus b is equal to 3. Do you want to change the sign to eliminate a? No need because already is there minus and plus. Straight away cancel. Minus 2b plus 1b will be minus b is equal to 10. Therefore, b is equal to minus 10. You see, because of one negative sign, the previous will get some fractional format for b, but here we'll get b is equal to what? Whole, that is negative number minus 10. So be careful. So don't simply copy what is written on the board. You have to work it out. This is 10th standard model you work out, you get the answer. Now b is equal to minus 10. You take any one of these two equations. I am taking the equation number 1, that is a plus b is equal to 3. I am replacing b by minus 10, 3. So a is equal to how much? 13. So once you find the value for a and b, just to replace in the place of a, that is write down the question, x square minus 3x plus 2 is equal to, this a should be replaced by 13. 13 by x minus 2 minus, here plus, so plus into minus, minus, or you can write minus 10 by x minus 1. Next step you multiply these two, plus into minus, minus, nothing wrong. Even if left as it is, you will get full mark. That's all. This is the method when you compare the coefficient of x and constant, but without using this concept, we will be able to find out the value of a and b. Listen here now, you choose any one of these two methods, that is your wish. Clear? 3x plus 7 is equal to a of x minus 1 plus b of x minus 2. So to find the values of a, if I need a, which means you have to make the second term as 0. How did it become 0? When you replace x by 2. If I am replacing x by 2, see the factor, x minus 2, how did it become 0? X minus 2, I would like to make x minus 2 as 0, which means you itself consider x minus 2 is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2. When you replace x is equal to 2 in this process, then 2 minus 2 0. Therefore, I am replacing x minus 2 because I would like to make the second term as 0. What is second factor of the second term? X minus 2. So, x minus 2 is equal to 0. From this you have to find what is x. Then replace x by 2 on both sides. 3, 2 plus 7. A 2 minus 1. This will become 0 because 2 minus 2. If replace x equal to 2, 2 minus 2, 0. 0 into anything is always 0. Don't write b. Sir, this is only become 0. So why don't you write, why don't we write b here? That's wrong because this b is under multiplication. When you multiply 0 into any constant, it will be always 0. So 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 7, 14. A is equal to 13 because 2 minus 1, 1 into a. See, I found a is equal to 13. What will be the answer? A. So, same answer. Now, to make the b term as 0, I got what is a value. Now, my aim is to make which one as 0 to get b value? A terms. How will get? This vector should be 0. Therefore, x is equal to how much? 1. Replace x is equal to 1 on both sides. 3 of 1 plus 7. A, this will become 0, so straight away write 0 because 1 minus 1, 0, 0 and anything always 0. Don't write A. When you multiply any expression into 0, it will be always 0. So, B of 1 minus 2, that is minus B. 3, 1 is 3, 3 plus 7, 10. So, B is equal to how much? Minus 10. See, B is equal to what will be the answer? Minus 10. So, whatever the method you follow, you will get same answer. This, you compare the coefficient of x, you can use when you get 3 terms, a by, b by, we will get another one term, c by, what are the factors. If it is 3 factors or more than 2 factors, you apply, compare the coefficient of x, it will be very easy. For other cases, you please follow this one. Try to make any one term as 0 and get the other values and make the previous one as 0 to get the remaining value of the constant. Clear? You choose which one is better, you follow any one method, nothing wrong, they will give full mark. But you have to find same answer. See, I got same answer. A is 13, here also A is 13, B is minus 10. In that method also B is equal to minus 10. So, technique will be different, but answer will be always same. Don't think that Saresh asked us to do only one method. if you have any other method, one more method is there for two variable. That is not necessary, I told you already. So if you follow that technique also, I will give marks. Everyone should give marks. No problem. Other than that technique, if there is any other method, please work out the problem, send through WhatsApp. I will go through it. If it is applicable, then I said, okay, we can follow. Clear? Now, this is for two factor. Then we have some problems we have in the same two factor. Because question number 2, it is already given in factor format. Question number 2 is given in this format. They factorized, then you have to follow the same steps. I will give the answer for that A, B. You check after workout of any one of these two methods, your wish. Clear? Question number 2 is homework. I will give only the answer for A and B. Don't simply write the final answer in this format. Clear? Follow any one method to find out the value of the constant A, B. Question number 2, homework. You try at home. To find the values of A and B, you follow any one of these two methods, that is your wish. Now you go to the question number 3. 1 by x minus 1 x plus 2 the whole square. Already factor, but one factor is repeated. How many times? 2 times. So I told you, you will go for, again you have to do as usual, A by first factor, B by, when you write second factor, this is repeated how many times? 2 times. You have to write with 1 time repetition and plus C by x plus 2 the whole square. If you got any one factor is repeated more than 1 time, then you have to write B by the factor repeated 1 time, then plus C by the factors repeated 2 times. Suppose if it is given as 3, then we will have x plus 2 power 3. If it is 4, then and so on. When the factors are repeated, it will be going on like this, but here it is given only 2, therefore you have to write up to C by x plus 2 the whole square. This is the process. I told you already, isn't it? Factorizable one, factors are repeated, non-factorizable one. This see here the factor is repeated. This is second model. As usual, just we compare x minus 1, x minus 1. Leave these two. What is the remainder? A of x plus 2 the whole square. Compare these two. X plus 2 1 power 1. Here power 2. X plus 2 repeated in the right side 1 time. Whereas in the left side repeated how many times? 2 times. So 1 time will be removed. Then you will get only x plus 2. When you compare x plus 2 the whole square by x plus 2, what is the remainder? X plus 2. That's what I am writing there, x plus 2. Nothing. I have to divide. You divide each by this or you multiply it. X plus 2 the whole square, x plus 2 the whole square, remainder C of x minus 1. Just to compare the denominator, write the remaining factors. That's all. Clear? Any doubt? I think you may have doubt only in this area. I just like to teach A, B into, when you multiply this one, you have B into x plus 2 the whole square. Because I make mistakes, I have to left one factor over here, because x minus 1 is not present as common, so you have to write x minus 1. So I am multiplying the b term alone by x plus 2 the whole square into x minus 1. Denominator you have x plus 2. I am taking only this term alone. This will be removed. Then what will be the remainder? B of x plus 2 x minus 1. Which one I left? X minus 1 is left over there. So don't confused. Be careful. When you compare x plus 2, out of 2 factor, 1 factor is removed, remaining 1 factor, you have to write as it is along with the other factor also. But this will get obviously C of x minus 1. This for your understanding purpose I did, because most of the boys are make mistakes comes in this part. That's what I did with the wrong steps. Then I taught how to get the answers. Clear? So what is the remaining in the left numerator on the left side? 1. As usual, I like to make this term as 0. Therefore, I have to replace. If I am replacing x equal to minus 2, then minus 2 plus 2 will become 0. 0 square is always 0. 0 into anything is always 0. Can you tell me any other terms will become 0 by replacing x equal to minus 2? 0. Any other terms? Second term, minus 2. If you replace x equal to minus 2 plus 2, 0. 0 into anything, whatever, if you multiply 0 into 1000 factors, you will get always 0. So, 1 is equal to 0 plus 0. Am I correct? If you replacing x equal to minus 2 plus 2 0. 0 square is 0. 0 into whatever, 0. Then the second term also going to be vanished by replacing x equal to minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0. 0 into whatever the terms, always 0. Then finally which one is left? C of minus 2 minus 1. So I will get minus 3c is equal to 1. Therefore c is equal to minus 1 by 3. Clear? Likewise, you try to make another one term, second term. See, when I am replacing x equal to minus plus 1, then I will get the second term as well as the third term get 0. Clear? So I am replacing now x is equal to 1 plus 1. It will be not end 0. So left side, be careful, left side is there is no x. If there is any variable x in the left side, you suppose to replace the minus 2 in the left side also. But there is no variable in the left side. It is only constant. Don't forget to write constant in the left side. Some of the boys may forget to write 1, then it leads wrong answers. So 1 is equal to replace x by 1. This will not going to be 0 because 1 plus 2, 3. A of 3 square. So if replace 1, 1 minus 1, 0. 0 into these two factors also 0, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. So I will get 9a is equal to 1. Therefore, a is equal to 1 by 9. So if you replace 1, see this, you will get terms, number of terms are 0 only for x equal to minus 2 and x equal to 1. You check if you replace x by any other number to get number of zeros like this, not possible. Why? We have only two factors, that is minus 1 and plus 2. These two only will be going to be solved. That is plus will become minus 2, minus will become plus 1. By see the question itself, you come to know that. Clear? What are the possibilities to make number of zeros? If there is one more factor, then you will go for one more times to get number of zeros to get the values. But there is no possibilities after finding the values of a and c to make the number of zeros like this by replacing the x by any number. Why? The reason is we have only two factor, x minus 1, x plus 2. How will you get 0? When you replace x by 1, you will get this is 0. When x is minus 2, you get. Do you have any other possibilities? No. Therefore, you cannot make number of zeros like this by replacing x by any number. In such a case, either you will go for comparing the coefficient. One technique for which you have to express this by using a plus b the whole square, multiply these two, take a, b, c everything and you compare, you will get answer. But what I am suggesting is, once you know these two values, if there is no possibility of making the terms as 0 like this, better you will go for x is equal to 0. You go for x is equal to 0. Are you understand what I am saying now? So only by replacing x equal to minus 2 and 1 you will get zeros like this. If you replace other than these two, you never get zeros. Clear? If you replace x by any number, you will get a, b, c. So for which, if you replace x is equal to 0, it is simple one. So left side 1. When you replace x by 0, 0 plus 2, 2. 2 square is how much? 4. 4a. I am writing straight away. When you replace x by 0, 0, then you will get 2. Here minus 1. 2 into minus 1, minus 2b. When you replace x by 0, you get minus c. Because minus 1 into c, minus c. I got an equation formed in terms of A, B and C. You check one more time, because sometimes I make mistake deliberately whether you are following properly or not. So before you go for copying whatever it is there in the board, you please check yourself. Replace x by 0, 0 plus 2, 2 square. 2 square is 4, 4a. Correct. Next you have to replace x by 0, 0 plus 2, 2. Here 0 minus 1, minus 1. So 2 into minus 1 will get minus 2. So minus 2b. Similarly x is equal to 0. 0 minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 and it is c minus c. Then right left side is 1. So I am writing 1 as it is. Now I know already what is the value of a and c. Just to replace in the place of a and c, I don't know what is b, but I know what is the value of c, that is minus 1 by 3 is equal to 1. So 4 by 9, 4 into 1, 9. So some of the boys, they will write like this, 4 by 9. Sir, it is mixed fraction, sir. 9 4s are 36, 36 plus 1, 37 by 9. Wrong. I know, last year your seniors are make mistake like this, 4, 1 by 9. They write down the answer 37 by 9. So don't do the mistakes. That's what I am introducing the bracket. When the bracket is not there, if I am writing, so you may think this is mixed fraction, you can write in proper one. But I am using the bracket, which means 4 into 1 by 9. Don't go for proper into, that is improper into mixed one. So 4 by 9 minus 2b. Minus into minus plus 1 by 3 is equal to 1. I like to find out the values of 1 will be. So just transfer the terms in normal procedure. Plus will become minus, minus will become plus. So minus 2b is equal to 9 is your LCM. Out of these two, 9 is the greater number. In the greater number 3 will go exactly. Therefore, I am taking 9 as the LCM. 9 because by 1 will go how many times in 9? 9 times. So 9 into 1, 9. 9 will go only 1 time. So 4 here will come 3. Correct? So 9 minus 7, that is 2 by 9. So minus 2b. So b is equal to 2 by 9 into minus 2. 2 get cancelled, you will get minus 1 by 9. So I know all the values. I found now a, b and c. Now you have to replace in the place of a by 1 by 9. That is, you have to write question 1 by x minus 1 x plus 2 the whole square is equal to, so what is your a value? 1 by 9. So you have to replace in the place of a by 1 by 9. So 1 by 9 by x minus 1. So what is your b? Minus 1 by 9. So plus into minus, minus 1 by 9 over x plus 2. Then what is your c? Minus 1 by 3. So minus 1 by 3 over x plus 2 the whole square. You can bring down the denominator the numerator to the denominator of the fractions. So please be check whether it's correct or wrong. See the sign. Clear, don't copy. This is the process. You have to check whether it is correct or wrong. 1 by 9. It is minus. So you have to check now b alone whether it is correct or wrong. 4a is this b minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, 1 minus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 9, you simplify. Answer. You check, don't simply copy. I don't know whether it is correct or wrong, you have to check. Clear, don't copy. Sometimes I make deliberately somewhere mistakes, so you have to find out. Clear, if you are not able to find out in the class, in the regular class, I can easily ask some of you to find out my mistakes. It is YouTube classes, so you have to go through it, and if there is any mistakes, you please call me over the phone and tell me whether then I can say whether it is correct or wrong. Clear? Understand? Shall we go for next one? Okay. We will see the two next classes from sum number 4 onwards. Boys, It will take little time. I am going very slowly. So don't think that sir is going only very slowly. He is teaching only 2 or 3 problems. Don't think that. Once you are in new students, once you are capable of understanding the concept very quick, then you will go increase our speed of teaching speed. Clear? Thank you boys. We will see tomorrow.